Hey guys, it's Jordan up here at Mainely Tubs, and I wanted to take a moment today and discuss the startup procedure and the chemical workings of the at-ease system that we offer. Now the at-ease is available on both our hot springs and Caldera offerings in some of the lines. Here today I have a 2020 hotspot relay, and we're going to go through how to start it up, how to get your chemicals balanced at the beginning, and then some ongoing chemical maintenance for you. So our first step is going to be make sure that we take our panel off and that we have pulled out our owner's manual along with our little drain cap. Now depending on your delivery, our delivery personnel may have already done this. Just want to make sure that wherever your drain cap is on your spa, that you obviously install it, because you're not going to have a very good time if you start to fill it and this hasn't been done. So on this model, it's out in the corner. I'm literally just going to take the drain cap, I'm going to make sure that the little rubber gasket is in the inside, and I'm just going to tighten it down. Now depending again on which brand you have and model, these will differ a little bit. I'm just going over the at-ease systems. So once we've got our cap on tight, our next step is going to be to remove the filter, which in this case, we have one in the corner. You've got a little top that just easily unthreads, and then we will pull the entire filter out. We'll set that out of the way. Next, we're gonna go over to our at-ease canister, unscrew it, and remove our cartridge holder. So the reason why we are removing these cartridge holders and why I'm removing the filter, I don't want any obstructions, I don't want anything to hinder the fill water. I also don't want any air bubbles to be built into the system. So now that we've done that, we're going to go over to our filter area. Of course, we've made sure that the hot tub is clean, we don't have any debris in it, so on and so forth. We will take our hose. Down inside the filter housing, there's a little standpipe. Now, we always want to fill this up through the standpipe. This is typically only done at the beginning. So as you add water on a regular basis, you will not need to always fill through that standpipe. But at the beginning, always, whether you're doing a cleaning, you're starting it up for the first time, you'll want to fill through there. That way we ensure that we get water into the lines and we don't have a built-in airlock air bubble. So we're going to go ahead and start our fill, and we'll be back with you. Now we're back for our startup here. So this is a part of our at-ease chemical startup system. I'm doing it on a 2020 hotspot relay. So we've done everything, our caps are on, we filled it up. Now we're gonna get ready to start it up. Just wanted to go through those procedures. Of course, step number one is gonna be to put our filter back in, which just as easy as it came out. We're just gonna grab the filter, we're gonna drop it over its little standpipe that we've got here into the water, and then we're gonna thread our cap on. Again, please do not get out a wrench and tighten this down with a wrench, because you're gonna break that cap off and it's just not gonna go well. So now that I have that in place, the key piece to the at-ease system is this little cartridge holder that sits down inside. Now we removed this because we didn't want there to be an air bubble that would build up. So the way I would start this up initially, when I'd get everything going, I would open up my chemical package that was provided, and I've got two cartridges. I've got a gray cartridge that is my Smart Chlor cartridge, and I've got a blue cartridge, which is my mineral cartridge. Now the manufacturer's kind enough to label which order they want them to be installed in. So we've got our chlorine or bromine on the bottom, minerals on the top. The cartridges will simply just pop in here. Now you'll of course want to unwrap them, and then they slip in and we insert the actual standpipe inside. Now on the cartridges, there's a little dial. That enables us to turn it up or down. Here it's on 0. I believe we typically recommend people start them off at a 2 or a 3. You see where you are. It's gonna really be based on your own use patterns. Some people will have to run them a little higher, some people will run them a little lower, but 2 or 3 is a great start-off point. Once we've set both of them to that level, we'll go ahead and insert the cartridge back into the system. Now, I'm gonna do that right here. It just drops in. I put a little bit of force, and then I'm actually pushing down to where I feel a seal and turning it to the right. You would never want to take this out with the power onto the tub because it is pressurized. Water's gonna go everywhere, you're gonna get wet, and you're gonna probably be angry. So just make sure that if you're ever opening this up, that it is a power off. So I've done that. I'm gonna go ahead and put my cap back on, and I'm ready to go. Very simple. So again, for the chemical startup, I'm gonna go through all of our options here. As I've always mentioned in our chemical videos, we provide you with a sheet that is Mainely Tub's guidance for how to take care of your hot tub. I know that in the owner's manual, there's gonna be some chemical references. I know on the chemical bottles, they're gonna have references. I know the internet has a lot of opinions. We recommend that you use our sheet. It is proven to be best for our customers, and it has been, again, recommended by our delivery and service teams. So on here, it tells us step-by-step what to do. So at the beginning, of course, we're talking about balancing our total alkalinity pH. Now we have provided by Mainely Tubs in our kit, not only our cartridges, but we also have in the at-ease system a special little at-ease kit with test strips. Now our at-ease test strips are a little different than a lot of the other styles because of that smart core. We've got an indicator on the top, which is a kind of a light green color. We've got our alkalinity level, our pH level, and our hardness level. Step one for us is we're going to want to balance these two. We're going to want to balance our alkalinity levels and our pH levels and see where we are. Again, we want it to be in that 80 to 120, 7.2 to 7.8. That's a perfect range. Now, we've already tested our source water. We know that it's going to come in perfect. It's going to come in right in line. Our hardness is good. When you test yours, you'll just want to be sure that your hardness level falls within the acceptable range on ideal here. Now, on this strip, it's telling us 150 to 200 is ideal. Every chemical system is going to be a little bit different. In our opinion, as long as you're reading roughly within this first bank, you'll be fine. You don't want it to be too high, and you don't want it to be zero. If in the event you need to raise it, they make this product called calcium hardness increaser, which we provide. In the event you need to reduce it, there is an additional chemical or item you'd have to buy called a vanishing act, which helps to reduce that hardness level. You can also get pre-fill filters that are going to help to take that out as well. So again, at the beginning, we're going to balance our total pH and alkalinity. Next, we're going to make sure our hardness is good. Next, we have to establish a sanitizer level in the water, so we're going to add a packet of the Jumpstart. Now, the Jumpstart is just a very concentrate sodium dichlor. Anytime you're adding chemicals, you'll want to turn the system on, have the jets running, and pour the chemicals directly into the filter area. Let it run for a little while with the cover off so it can breathe, and then we will have established our level of chlorine. Now, the other products that we have in our pack here, of course, are we've got the freshwater chlorinating granules. Refer to your chemical sheet on use, but this would be added to boost up your chlorine levels in need. We have our pH and alkalinity down. This would be used to reduce our pH and alkalinity if it was too high. pH and alkalinity up, used to increase it if it was too low. Now, for those of you who have already tested your water or are longtime hot tub users, don't be surprised if you typically only see one of these happen, meaning your pH is always low or it's always high. We don't see a lot of fluctuation between high and low between customers. It's typically one or the other. And in our area, usually the pH tends to be a little bit lower. So just don't be surprised if you need more of the spa up or pH increaser than you need the down. The other item that we have here is our freshwater MPS. Again, this is an oxygen-based shock. It's not a sanitizer. This would be added per your chemical instruction sheet as a way to help burn off impurities, help to kill off bacteria, but is not to be used as a sanitizer. Lastly, in our chemical bucket, we have our filter cleaner. Now, again, per our instruction sheet, we explain how to clean the filters and on what frequency. When you add this product, you'll simply pull your filter out of the tub, spray it on the filter, Leave it on the filter for roughly 5 minutes is their recommendation, maybe 10 if it's dirty. Then spray it off really well. You'll want to be sure that you really rinsed it thoroughly, because if you accidentally put it back in with still some of the soapiness in it, you're going to get bubbles in the tub and you're going to be angry. So make sure that you have rinsed and rinsed until you see no more bubbles coming off the filter. That is everything that we provide in the chemical kit. Now, as we've looked at our sheet, again, it talks about startup, once a week, once a month, every 4 to 6 months. It really gives you a full rundown of the lifespan of the water in the tub and what to do. On this level, it's telling us here, once we've done everything, we've started up, to wait a day and then check and be sure that all of our levels are still proper. Our pH and alkalinity are good. Ensure that both the Addy Smart Chlor and Mineral cartridge are installed. Now, on here, they're telling us to set them at a 6. Levels can be adjusted later as needed. That's just an initial kind of boost to the system to make sure that everything is started up. And then we'll just simply use the spa as normal and refer to our once a week chemical maintenance. Now, there are products that we don't provide in this kit that you may need. There are chemicals like the foam down, or there's chemicals for scaling, or chemicals for oils in the water. Those are considered supplemental chemicals, and not everybody needs them, so we don't provide it in the kit. If you need those, you can go to our website, of course, www.mainlytubs.com, and you can order from our e-store, or you can give us a call here at Scarborough at 207-883-6357, and we can process your order, or come into our showroom and we have all these products readily available.